welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm doing the tag Mystic Writers 2020, and it's a collab with Amber from Lavender Moon. So after you watch this video, my words are not working today. After you watch this video, head over to her channel and watch her response to the questions, which I will link down below, and I'll have the questions down below as well. So let's go through the who, what, when, where, and why, since this is the introductory video. Who is participating in this? Anyone who is working on a project that is mystical in nature, or writing anything. You could be writing anything. And even if you have just like a seed of an idea that you want to start writing, the questions are kind of made for people who have already been writing, but you can just skip those questions or answer them later. But yeah, just get started on your project. So yeah, that's the who. So if you're writing something, come join us. This is like a virtual writing group so that we can support each other and hear what's going on in our little writing caves. It's just going to be 5 questions, and you could answer it in a video response. You could comment in our videos your responses. You could do it on Instagram, use the hashtag. If you are participating, let me know in the comments so I can go see your responses. Who, what, when. Okay, so I'm going to be checking the hashtag for at least the next 3 months. And I'm also going to be doing update videos myself and using the hashtag, and I welcome anyone else who wants to keep updating the group on what you're writing, to use that hashtag Mystic Writers 2020. Yeah, just, it's a virtual writers group, but it's more self-paced. It's not like we're all doing check-ins, and holding each other accountable. It's like we're holding ourselves accountable and just sharing about the journey. Okay, so who, what, when, where, the internet, why. How did this tag get started? Well, I've been following Lavender Moon for a while. Amber, from Lavender Moon. But she channels a consciousness called Lavender Moon, and it's always so insightful. And now, instead of doing videos about it, she's gone towards channeling it into the book that she's writing. And so when I saw her talking about that, I was inspired because I've been wanting to share more about my writing process for the Tarot Animal Oracle. I'm doing the guidebook, and I'm working with an artist named Diletta DeSantis. I never say her last name right. But we're working together on the Oracle deck. I'm doing the writing, she's doing the art. And it can be kind of lonely sitting at a computer all day and writing. I mean, I get my social life in through other things like film projects. But yeah, I want to welcome people into my writing world and see what's going on in your writing world, even if you're just starting out. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to answer the questions. Let me just tell you what they are first. So number 1 is, what mystic project are you currently writing? Number 2 is, what stage of development are you in? Number 3 is, oh, by the way, if you can hear singing in the background, that's my partner. He's a musician, and he's recording, I think, a mashup video. So that's what's going on in the background. So number 3 is, what has been your favorite part of the process so far? Really broad questions, but about the writing process. Number 4 is, what has been the most difficult part? And number 5, do a 1-card reading for guidance in moving forward with your writing process. So I'm going to start with number 1. What mystic project are you currently writing? I already said it. I'm working on the Tarot Animal Oracle with Diletta DeSantis. Um, I'm just going to skip to what stage of development are you in? I am still in the writing phase, and she's still in the creating the art phase. But we have it all outlined, what we are trying to do. It takes a cosmic perspective and a wild perspective and finds that middle path. And it's also taking tarot, more specifically Kabbalistic tarot, which is the foundation of my understanding and which I've been deep diving into. So it takes tarot and yoga, specifically the 8 limbs of yoga, outlined by Patanjali, and merging them together in a deck. Kind of a path of liberation on the yoga side and a path of manifestation on the tarot side, which I am finalizing an elementals ebook, which I've been talking about in my other videos, but I'll do a final card reveal when I release the elementals ebook in a different video, so stay tuned. But the stage of development is, because it is a study also, I'm seeing how there's overlap between these schools of thoughts and then creatively channeling them through animal archetypes. Or actually, I'm taking like collective animal archetypes and these other archetypes and finding the parallels between them as well. So it's a lot of this, and I think that's my favorite hand gesture. Yeah, it's so exciting, and I've been really learning a lot about tarot and yoga and deepening my understanding of it. It's very much a study for me that I'm so excited to share. And the art is so beautiful. She's so talented. I have no clue how I was gifted with such a wonderful collaborator. And she's really patient with me because I can be a little bit, I miss my deadlines sometimes when it comes to writing. And she's been really patient and compassionate with me, which has also been healing because I'm hard on myself. So it's just been a beautiful process, and that's where we are in the development stage. I think I kind of answered a little bit about this, but what has been your favorite part of the process so far? Definitely working with Diletta. We bounce ideas back and forth, and it's just so nice to have a partner in doing something so mystical. Like, it's like I have a friend who I can talk to about all these things, and it's like when I'm writing, I feel like I'm kind of writing to her. So it's like I know who my audience is. It's my friend who's into the same stuff. And every time she shows me a new piece of art, I just get so excited. I don't know what my favorite part is, actually, like seeing a new card or writing a new entry for the guidebook. They're both like, I get a hit of that, what do you call it? Neuroreceptor? No. I don't know. I get a hit of awesome in my brain. It's like, ding, ding, ding. This is great. Keep going. Okay, so that was number 3. Number 4 is, what has been the most difficult part? For me, it's definitely being structured and finding the time to sit down and focus on writing, because I am so easily distracted. Anytime something comes up, like Christmas came up, and then it took me like 2 weeks after all of that to get back into the flow of writing. And then we had a visit from my mother-in-law to be, which was so fun because I really needed that. She recharged me with her energy, which is great. I think that's balancing. But every time I get that in my life, like the balance of living life, I have to like get back into the flow of writing. It's like I really do have to close off the world, but figure out how to live at the same time, because it's experience. I like to have real world experience channeled into what I'm writing, so that it feels grounded in the real world, even though there's some really mystical topics. I want it to be applicable, and I'm applying the energies into my own life and experimenting too. And it's kind of like not a science experiment, but very much it's like a loose science experiment. Really putting myself into what I'm writing. Okay. So that's what was most difficult. The most difficult is finding the balance of living life and writing. And number 5 is do a 1-card tarot or oracle reading for guidance in moving forward with your writing process. So I am going to use... I literally just shot the unboxing video of this. It's out of print, which is why I just got it, so I could get it before it became out of print. But this is the Saki Saki Tarot, and it's made for the artist in each of us. So I'm going to pull 1 card from this deck. This is my first time using it. For guidance on moving forward with my writing process. So I think I'm going to specifically ask about how to find balance also in living life and writing, because I get so easily distracted. So the card that I got is the Queen of Cups. And I'm not surprised at all, because a lot of my blocks to writing is when I go out into the world, I take in so much information. I'm like really sensitive. And so then when I get home, I really have to process everything. It's just, everything's going over and over and over in my head. And I get fixated on things that happened out in the world. And so the Queen of Cups, I feel like she's the part of me that really sits with all of that and is like, well, why are you thinking so much about this? Is it because you're feeling something? Let's explore what you're feeling. And also, the Queen of Cups is kind of mastered the imaginative process, like, you know, like water, how it's very flexible and fluid, and you can kind of like the plasticity of it. In terms of imagination, she is a master of it. And so channeling that into the writing, like being flexible with how I'm putting the information down onto the page, will allow me to not get in my own way, in that, like, sometimes I'll stop myself before I even write something. Like, I'm editing, but I need to put the editing later and focus on the creative part first. And then I can edit it and make it make sense. And yeah, Queen of Cups. She'll hold space for my emotional but also creative inner child. And just looking at this card, there's a ship in the background. It looks like she has a teacup and a saucer. Let's see. She's like in the waves, but looks kind of sturdy. Is that the word? Stable. But she's still feeling it all. She's finding the stillness and all that movement. I feel like she's like this big ship Like, you know, if you're a small boat in the ocean, you're just kind of rocking around, but the big ship kind of is more guided in its movement, not getting tossed around as much. And she's very much like that. Okay. So that is my 1-card reading moving forward. So now head over to Lavender Moon's channel, Amber, and see her response to this video. Or not her response to the questions in her introductory video. Subscribe to her. She's so awesome. I just watched her vlog, or she did a ramble video, and it was so funny. She was talking about doing tarot with crime dramas and predicting what was going on. It was just so amusing. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and let me know if you're participating. And I'll be checking this for the next 3 months, if not forever. The tag. So yeah, excited to see your responses. Sending you guys love, and have a great day. Bye.